back a little bit, you touched on Torah, or what we would say law a lot of times. So,
hmm
do you want to define that a little bit more?
Well, I mean, I think we got it through it pretty good, but basically instructions are just God telling us how the universe works. Um, think of electricity. So let's say that we have a man who is a 30-year veteran in electrician. He knows everything there is to know about electricity, and he's been very careful. But one day there's a live wire, and he accidentally touches it, and it kills him. You're like, well, that's not fair. No, it's true. It's not about being fair. It's just electricity. Electricity does what electricity does. And
Right,
if we use it properly, if we are respectful of electricity, it will power our computers and our TVs and warm our houses, and it'll bake our bread. But if we mishandle it, then it will kill us instantly without any remorse, without any hesitation, because it just does what electricity does. And
right,
so when you go to study to be an electrician, you have to learn how to respect it. You have to learn what electricity does and what you can and cannot do around electricity, and how to be very safe around it. And that's basically what God is telling us. Like, this is how the world works. It's true when it comes to physical things. We understand that when it comes to gravity and electricity and aerodynamics. But it's the same thing when it comes to what we would call moral things. It's the same basic idea. God is simply telling us this is how the universe works. And if you work in tandem, in cooperation with these laws, then you'll be blessed. If you are working contrary to them, then you'll be cursed, because you will be going against the natural order of things. And you can say, well, I don't believe in any of that stuff. I don't agree with it. It's not fair. That's all fine. You can have your opinions, but
right,
it won't change electricity. It will still kill you if you put your hands on that live wire. It doesn't matter if you're father of the year. Doesn't matter if you are the best employee ever. Doesn't matter what your intentions were or your motives. Doesn't matter any of that stuff.
right.
If you act contrary to it, it will kill you quickly.
Okay,
And that's the same basic thing when it comes to all of the laws of God. And
right,
they're all founded on this concept of love. That in fact, I'm even working on a thing where I'm suggesting that the operating system of the universe is love. And I'm defining love as the intentional connection of somebody for their benefit.
right,
And you begin to see this everywhere. And so if we act in accordance with it, then it's good times. If we're against it, then it's bad times. And there's something in physics, which was called a sine wave. And so a sine wave, when you have, a sine wave goes like this. When you have two of them, when they're parallel, then they actually amplify one another, and you get a greater outcome. And that's called constructive interference. But when you have them going against each other, so they're at the opposite phase of one another, then it's called deconstructive interference, and they begin to cancel each other out. So if we have God's sine wave going like this and mine is going just the opposite, well, guess what's going to happen? Now, there's no loss to God because his sine wave is strong, but
right,
mine is going contrary to him, and I'm gonna suffer deconstructive interference. There's going to be this cancellation effect, and we wonder, why is it I keep trying and trying, and it seems like I can't get anywhere? Well, it could be that you're out of phase with God. You're out of phase with the natural flow of things. It's like trying to swim upstream. The minute
right,
you stop resisting and just go with the flow, you can start going downstream, and life gets easy. And so often we find ourselves trying to swim upstream. We're trying to go contrary to God's established natural order of things. And we say, it's not fair. I want to swim the other direction. And you're like, well, you can. You just won't get very far. You're going to wear yourself out. Before you know it, you're going to drown because you just can't keep that up. Like, I'm sorry,
Right.
God's river is flowing this way. And if you want
Yeah.
to swim the other direction, I mean, sure, but you're not going to succeed. So why not just go with it? And then you
Right.
discover life gets easy. And I'm not saying that there won't be hard times in life, right? That's a whole nother story because there are other
Right.
people that are doing contrary to things, and sometimes you get in the way. But insofar as my own choices and how much I control my destiny to some degree, I want to go with the river. I want to go with God's river and just float downstream. And then I start swimming in the same direction. And now I'm swimming even faster, right? Because the current is carrying me and I'm swimming. And now I'm swimming so crazy fast relative to the land. Whereas
Right.
before, I was barely making any progress when I was swimming upstream. So these are, God is just telling us, hey, swim downstream, man. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
You want to swim upstream, well, you'll be cursed because you'll wear yourself out and, well, you'll figure it out. It's self-correcting.